Hey Wonder Boys and Girls, I'm MegaGWolf. Now let's continue playing Wonderboy in Monster World. On last video we just defeated the Mushroom King and saved Alcedo. I don't know if he is a Mushroom King, but I thought it'd be appropriate to name him that anyway, being as though he was like the best mushroom around. Few things I want to address that I'd forgotten to address in the previous two videos. Someone noticed that when I attack enemies, under my hearts, there is a blue bar that appears every time I strike an enemy. Well, if you haven't already figured it out, that's the enemy's health bar. Sorry I forgot to mention, but I'd completely forgot about it until he mentioned it himself, so... The blue is how much health they have, and so obviously when the blue runs out, they die. This will be handy for you guys to notice or to take note of how much health an enemy has or how much health a boss has, because each boss has a blue bar as well. So yeah, I do apologise about forgetting that. Another thing I want to address is the start menu. It's a lot more complex than it looks, and I'd forgotten about this until I tried it out myself. You get this option when you're standing still, at least. When you're moving, jumping, or attacking, but when you're attacking, you get the pause menu like that instead of the actual equipment menu. You can only access the equipment menu when you're standing still. So that can be annoying when you're in the middle of a boss fight or a place where there are a load of bad guys. Anyway, now we've addressed those two items, we can continue on going through the hollow tree here. Here's another little secret for you to take note of. This one's a lot more generous than the one in the first video. And we continue on to the next area. For this area I'd advise equipping the spear because you won't need the shield. And because the spear does more damage than our sword, we may as well have what deals more damage. I'm going to nickname this the dungeon area. Original, isn't it? The spear is handy in this area, mainly because of most of the enemies in here come towards you, and so the spin move is always handy because it acts as a shield for itself anyway. As you can see, nothing can really get past it. The enemies respawn indefinitely, so you will always get bad guys in this area. And so that makes it a good place to farm for gold. The only downside about farming for gold in this area is that the gold you actually get, I don't know if you've noticed, can be reasonably small. I'm getting like 1s and 2s. Okay, that was a 6, that was lucky. And a 7, holy crap! And a nut, oh wow. Okay, today they're being generous. But usually you would only get like 1s and 2s. If you're a little short on gold, I would advise farming by the mushrooms earlier that I showed you, and also around here as well, when you get more around the 400s. That's why I also had a little bit more gold at the beginning of this video, is because I killed a few mushrooms before then, just to make it a bit easier to guide you through. But I'm trying to get through this place reasonably fast and efficiently, picking up some gold along the way. Now this bit next is why having the spear is handy, because although the sword doesn't do so much damage, I think laying down the spear has a longer range. For this guy, the sub-boss, the Silver Knight, you can only damage him by attacking his feet. If you had the sword, it means you'd have to wait for him to jump, but because we're clever, we duck down and stab his feet. A lot easier. And we've saved someone that was taken prisoner by the monsters. She'd like to thank me. Oh yeah! Wonderboy is getting some. Joking. Alright, let's go to the castle then. Oh my! Whoa! Okay, I guess our only option is to go up. You can climb the stairs normally, but that's boring, so... Whoop! In this area, there is a certain person you need to talk to actually get the doors below unlocked. Not the princess, surprisingly. Let's talk to her anyway, as we need to know what we're doing next. You're welcome. Yep, that's kind of the idea in a monster world, isn't it? The village of Lilypad? Thank you very much. These 5 don't say anything interesting, so don't worry about them. The other ladies are reasonably interesting to talk to, though. Give you little hints of information there that might be useful later on. You see, this girl, if you do not talk to her, the gate doors are not open. So now they are open, so we can exit when we need to. But let's have a little look to the left anyway. What does she have to say? The Sphinx in the Pyramid likes quizzes? Okay, bit random, but I'll go with that. The star crest on this bell tower is the same as the insignia on the weapon of the legendary hero. Wow. Seems cool to me. Alright, now we've spoken to everyone important in this place, let's continue on into the castle. Has anyone noticed anything weird? That the fact that this is the top of the tower and then there's this whole area, that when you go here, it's nothing but clouds. I don't question it, or else my mind would explode. Wow, this is an epic journey. Wonderboy on some stairs. Will he trip and fall? It'd probably be quicker than walking. Wow, this is intense stair climbing. Alright, we're good now. Let's explore the castle town slightly. We're in Purapril, the Aqua Capital. This is why we needed 500 gold. If you can get 520 like I did, that would be very handy actually. The Knight Sword costs 250, hard armor 220. The sword does about the same amount of damage as the spear does, but it gives you the added bonus of being able to use the shield as well, so it's worth having. If anything, I think it may do a little bit more than the spear. This is why it's handy to have that extra 20 that I noticed I had, because you can buy the boots. If not, you can also explore the new area slightly and get about 20 more gold. Oh, that reminds me, I need to explore the new area anyway, because I need gold for the inn. Alright, this is the new area we'll be exploring on the next video, the forest area. This is the path we need to take to get to the town of Lilypad. And there are new monsters to fight in here, so should keep it interesting. Right, now we have enough for the inn. If you're curious about inn prices, it's like most RPGs would be. In each town the inn price goes up by 5, so the further on in the game you get, the more expensive the inn costs. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The ladder boots do as they say, and make you a speedy demon on the ladders. Let's see what's to the left before we go into the inn and save for the day. Apparently this is the entrance. That is if you were entering the castle. Hey, I recognise this place. Peace has returned to El Sado. Yeah man, that was me. Welcome to Purapril Castle. Stay as long as you like. Well, thank you. Their attitude short-changed. Alright, I think now is a good time to go into the inn, save, have a nice night, and call it a video. We shall be exploring the forest next video on the way to Lilypad. If there's anything in this town that I may have forgotten to mention or that you're curious about, by all means, ask. I don't know if I'll be able to cover absolutely everything in the video because there's a lot to this game if you hadn't guessed. Alright. We're now all ready for our next journey. But that's for next video. I'm MegaGWolf. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Good night.